So today we are going to be discussing the news of the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill reportedly working on a contract extension, which I think everybody that's a Chiefs fan would be completely in favor of that. I don't think anybody would have any issues with that, because if the Chiefs don't bring back Tyreek Hill and they don't extend him and he's gone after the season coming up next season, there's going to be a lot of issues for the Chiefs. But as I said, he is slated to enter his final year of the extension that he signed back in 2019. This season, he's set to make just over $20 million, which, as I mentioned, I think we can all agree that it's a pretty obvious choice to extend Tyreek Hill. There's no other guys really like him. So you get rid of a guy like Tyreek Hill, it's going to be almost impossible to fill the shoes of Tyreek Hill. I think it's very hard. There may be a few people. Yeah, there's receivers like Julio Jones that are huge, like Devontae Adams, that can do, each wide receiver is special and they can do their own thing. And that's why losing Tyreek Hill, you're not going to find another guy like Tyreek Hill. There's a lot of guys that are one of one that will never come along in the NFL again, because remember that Tyreek Hill was going through some issues a few years ago, and that's why McCole Hardman is here, is because they thought that he would be the guy to fill the shoes of Tyreek Hill. Now, obviously, those situations resolved itself. Tyreek Hill is back, and so we haven't really seen what McCole Hardman would be as a wide receiver one, but just from what we've seen, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see McCole Hardman be a wide receiver one, and it's nothing against Hardman, because I think he'd be a fantastic guy to keep on this Chiefs team forever. He is a great player. He fits this offense perfectly. He struggles at times. He was in the doghouse for a little bit, but I mean, I would love for McCole Hardman to stay on this Chiefs team. I think he's a great fit, and I think he fits in with everybody else on this team. But yeah, he's one of the most important pieces. Tyreek Hill is. Back to Tyreek Hill. He's one of the most important pieces of the entire Chiefs offense. Like I said, there's not many guys like him, and it'll be impossible for the Chiefs to replace him. He's constantly a 1,000-yard receiver. In his 4 best seasons, he's a 1,400-yard receiver, 1,200-yard receiver twice, and 1,100-yard receiver. And the year he got injured in 2019, I think it's safe to say he was on pace for another season of over 1,000 yards, and he's constantly scoring touchdowns. Like, I think he had a stretch there for a while where he was just scoring touchdowns left and right. Like, the dude is always producing. He's important to this offense, because even if he's not catching the football, I think another thing for Tyreek Hill is he can help other guys around him. And I think because everybody in that offense just work perfectly together. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Jerick McKinnon, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you have McCole Hardman, just everybody. They all fit in together. So not just for, Tyreek's sake, for the team's sake, they all fit in together. He also, with the production, he also had a career high in receptions this past season at 111, and his workload is just constantly increasing year by year by year. And he also came alive in the playoff games. Look what he did against Buffalo. The 64-yard go-ahead touchdown coming up clutch in the final 13 seconds of that game, which then leads to the chemistry that he has with Patrick Mahomes and this entire offense. Like, that's another aspect of trying to replace Tyreek Hill. If he does walk, obviously it would be next season because he's still with them now. But if he were to walk next season, that's obviously something that the Chiefs are going to lose. And that's going to be massive. That's going to hurt the Chiefs, I think, almost more than anything. The speed is nice. He has great hands, which I think is the most underrated part of his game, because, Tyreek Hill, just off note real quick, I think Tyreek Hill is the only guy in the NFL that can get away with running backwards, and the team and Andy Reid and everybody will just laugh it off and be like, okay, it's Tyreek Hill. It's kind of like Steph Curry shooting threes. Like Steph Curry, whenever I was thinking of this, Steph Curry, I remember the 3 that he hit. I don't remember when it happened, but Steve Kerr just had that reaction on his face. Like, he threw his hands up in the air and was like, why are you shooting that? And then the shot went in, and then he was just like, okay, whatever. Like, it's just so unreal. It's kind of like that with Tyreek Hill. He can get away with things like that because it's Tyreek Hill. Nobody else can get away with that. That's the thing. So there's little special things here and there that, are just fantastic to have Tyreek Hill on the team. Not extending Tyreek Hill, I think, would be a mistake. Now, obviously, they would have, next offseason as well to extend him. But he would be a free agent at that time, and maybe maybe at that point, he wouldn't want to come back because he's maybe upset that they didn't get the extension done this offseason. But I think we can all safely assume that Tyreek Hill will be back, because if he's not back, I think the Chiefs have a bunch of deeper issues that will go deeper than just Tyreek Hill, because then you look on the offensive side of the ball. The Chiefs struggled this year. Tyreek Hill, yes, he struggled this year. He was a part of those struggles. Like, nobody's going to deny that. Tyreek Hill had his issues with drops this season. That contributed to Patrick Mahomes' high interception number. But if, look past that, I think if we can get past that, Tyreek Hill is still one of the most productive wide receivers in the NFL. Like, he literally just had his career high in receptions this season. So he can get yards. He's a big player. He can, get the receptions. He can score touchdowns. And then he can also run the ball with his legs. So, like, Tyreek Hill can do a million different things. So he's very, very valuable. But losing Tyreek Hill in any capacity would absolutely kill the Chiefs, because going into just this offseason, and, that the point I was getting at is they struggled huge this season. And they were able to fix that. But I think that comes down to, the two players they have right now, and Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill catching the ball. I think those two were important. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes. I think you guys are, understanding what I'm getting at. Like, the Chiefs' core pieces kind of have to be there. If not, then the Chiefs are really, really going to struggle in the future. Because if the Tyreek Hill isn't for some reason there, the Chiefs are in a boatload of trouble, if you ask me, because the Chiefs struggled with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce on the field at the same time. They were able to obviously get that fixed. That's kind of the point where I was getting at. I kind of took the long way around that. They were able to get that fixed. But you take away Tyreek Hill off the field, the offense is just alone. Even if the offense is rolling, you automatically lose production from the offense. And then you're leaving Travis Kelce on an island, because you look at the receiving core that the Chiefs have now. Take away Tyreek Hill, the Chiefs do not have a wide receiver 1. They don't have a wide receiver 2. And I think McCole Hardman, Byron Pringle are the closest thing the Chiefs have to a wide receiver 3. So the Chiefs lose Tyreek Hill, they are in huge trouble. They obviously, they still get him for next season, but they have a lot of holes that they have to fill, because if the Chiefs can't extend Tyreek Hill this offseason, then it trickles down the entire team, because the Chiefs right now this offseason, they have to fix the defense when it comes to maybe another cornerback. They definitely have to fix the defensive line. They have to get a wide receiver too, whether it's the draft or free agency. So there's holes everywhere that need to be fixed. If the Chiefs don't bring back Tyreek Hill, the Chiefs have a lot of problems. And I think everybody will agree with that. The Chiefs will have more problems than we would want to admit with. Yes, we have Andy Reid, we have Brett Veach, we have a great owner in Clark Hunt. We have everything sitting at our fingertips to solve all these issues. That is a lot of issues to try to solve. So I think just for the Chiefs and the issues that they're trying to solve now, I think extending Tyreek Hill right now is their main focus, because they don't want that to linger on into next season. Because if it lingers on to next season, the pool of wide receivers right now in free agency and through the draft the talent is at an all-time high. You're not going to get that next season. Like, there's years where quarterbacks are the main focus, defensive players are the main focus. Each draft and each, cycle in the NFL, there's a specific group of people that are going to be the main focus going into, the offseason, free agency, whatever. I can guarantee you the pool of talent at wide receiver is not going to be there next season. So if the Chiefs can't get work an extension with Tyreek Hill before the draft and before free agency, I guarantee you they want to go ahead and start looking towards the future. And this offseason is where it starts, because if they can't get the extension done, they're going to be going big for a guy like maybe Amari Cooper, who the news just came out that he could possibly be released by the Cowboys. So he could be gone. There's, Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, Juju. There's a lot of guys there. And then you have this draft, which is miles long of wide receiver talent. So I think Tyreek Hill, losing him, and they're not losing him now, obviously. Like, you guys know he's going to be there next season. But if they know that they can't get the extension done, they're going to try their best, I think, now to try to build for the future, just in case Tyreek Hill isn't there. Because, even if Tyreek Hill isn't there, you're going to add one of these guys in the draft. And then, we're going to safely assume this extension is going to get done, and the Chiefs are still going to go after a wide receiver. So you have Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill already there. You have Hardman, who has shown himself to be fairly good and is definitely playing the best football of his career. You have Byron Pringle, I think they should bring back. And then you also have whatever receiver that they add there. The Chiefs' offense right now is, scheduled to be one of the best offenses in football again. It has no signs of slowing down. So I think the extension will get done. And the Chiefs, I think the extension's also going to lessen the stress of the Chiefs going into this offseason. They're like, all right, we got Tyreek Hill locked up, so now we can go ahead and go into the draft. And even if the draft or free agency isn't exactly what they want, then they will be able to at least have in their back pocket that they have Tyreek Hill, who is still elite level wide receiver. They're going to have Hardman, who they can use sparingly, and who we know can play a great stretch of football. So the Chiefs have that going for them. But this video is just kind of me rambling, just giving my thoughts on the team as a whole. I think Tyreek Hill is one of the most important pieces for this entire Chiefs team. I think if they don't bring him back, it's going to trickle down to everybody on the team. Mahomes will end up struggling because, I mean, the thing that, bothers me is they're like, oh, the weapons made Patrick Mahomes. It's like, well, Alex Smith also had those weapons, and Matt Nagy was also the offensive coordinator the year that Alex Smith had his best career year. He also had Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. So it's frustrating because it's just like, well, it's not just, the weapons that made him good. Patrick Mahomes got them over the hump. So it's just me rambling. This video is more or less just me rambling, kind of discussing the Chiefs and their future, because there's also a lot of other things that the Chiefs have going for them, because they also have the Frank Clark, which we don't know what's going on with him yet. There's a lot of things. It's going to be a busy offseason for the Chiefs, and I think locking up Tyreek Hill right now is going to help the Chiefs in the future and in the long run, and it's definitely going to ease the pressure, especially on the offense, because the offense, you have Patrick Mahomes locked up forever. Travis Kelce still has a couple more years, 3-4 more years of being a top tier tight end in the NFL. Tyreek Hill still has years left on him, and then whatever young guy they bring in or free agent they bring in, hopefully they'll have them for a couple years. So getting Tyreek Hill, I think, will ease a lot of pressure on Brett Veach and make this offseason a lot more fun for him, because locking up Tyreek Hill, it's like, well, everybody's still there. Let's just go after one of these rookie and young wide receivers in the draft, and then they can spend the next however many years they have to do fixing the defense, because then you have Tyrann Mathieu, the chances of him not coming back, and then you have Frank Clark. They have to deal with situations with him. You have to deal with the whole defensive line. I mean, the only thing on the entire defense that is for sure good, solid for at least 5 years is the linebackers. So I mean, I'm kind of rambling at this point, but yeah, that's the news. Tyreek Hill and Chiefs are working on an extension. I think it's fantastic. I'm excited to see Tyreek Hill hopefully, and the Chiefs hopefully get this long-term extension done. And yeah, give me your thoughts down below of what you think of Tyreek Hill getting his contract extension. I think we're all in favor of it, and I'll see you in the next one.